Okay, so in this video we're going to look at study number 102 from the Thiemann Hertel Hone book, this book. And what we're going to do is we're just going to isolate some of the more challenging bars that are in it. So I'm going to go straight to bar 7, 8 and 9, and I'm just going to play them at a slow tempo and you can practice along with these. So you have, it switches between going to third position and going to first position. So I'll play bars 7, 8 and 9 3 times along with the metronome. 3 and 4 and... Three, 4. Last time. 3, 4. Okay, so the next section that I'm going to move on to is bar 12 going into bar 13, where there's a note that's slurred across the bar, and then bar 14 going into bar 15. So I'm going to start at bar 12, and I'm just going to play it once through that section, and then I'm going to isolate those bits and show you how to practice them. So we go from bar 12 to bar 15. 3 and 4 and... So if we go straight to bar 12 and halfway through bar 12 start on an up bow and just practice those, the second half of bar 12 and the first half of bar 13. So 1, 2, and again 1, 2, and again 1, 2. I'm going to do the same thing and play it 3 times, the second half of bar 14 going into the first half of bar 15. Again, at the end of bar 14 you have the slur tied onto the first note of bar 15. So the second half of bar 14. 1, 2. One, 2. Last time. 1, 2. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the next page, to bar 18. And the best way to practice this is practice at separate bows. So I'll just find a suitable tempo on the metronome. So just to get every pitch accurate, perhaps practice at separate bows maybe 3 or 4 times. I'm going to do it twice here now. Very slowly. 3, 4. faster with the slurs. 3 and 4 and. So the next section that we're going to do is bars 23 and 24. And again, I would suggest playing it several times, separate bows, at a slow tempo. So we'll go through that, and I'm going to play it twice at a slow tempo with the metronome, separate bows, bars 23 and 24. 3, 4. Again, 3, 4. Worth practicing the last 4 notes of bar 24. You have B to F natural, to A with the 4th finger, to a G sharp with a 3rd finger. So 3, 4. And one more time. And now, slurred and as written, 3 and 4 and. And so on. Now the next section that I'm going to do is bar 27. And again, I would suggest at a slow tempo, separate bows a few times just to get the pitches accurate. So I'm going to do it now twice for you to practice along with. Separate bows, bar 27. 3, 4. Up to 3rd position. Harmonic. Back to 1st position. And again. And now up to speed. 3 and 4 and. And the last section that I'm going to deal with in this study is bars 29 and 30. And again, the exact same thing. Bring your metronome to a slow speed and practice those particular bars, separate bows, very slowly to get the pitches accurate. You will notice that in bar 29 there's an extension of the 4th finger as well. And in bar 30, instead of using a high 3rd finger for the G sharp on the D string, you can use a low 4th finger for the G sharp there. That's the very first note of bar 30. So bars 29 and 30, I'll play them twice. 3, 4. this time at a faster speed with the slurs written in. 3 and 4 and. Again. 3 and 4 and. So that concludes those tricky sections that are in study number 102 from the THH book.